Volume 3, Number 15. The Property for Sale. Michael goes up to 121 2nd Street and notices the for sale sign, so he knocks on the door at the cottage. He notices from looking in the window that it's empty. Hello? He looks around and he doesn't see anybody in there. But out from her back around, he sees an older man working on the property. Hello? Are you Joe Metzger? Said Michael. Yes, I am Joe Metzger. I'm the owner of the property. Are you interested in the property? Yes, I am, actually. How can I help you? Said Joe Metzger. Yes, I'm interested in the property. Can you show me around? Sure. Are you interested in purchasing the property? Said Joe Metzger. Yes, I am. Okay, let me give you a little tour of the property. So he gives them a tour of the property. By the way, my wife used to live here, Grace. Grace? You mean Grace Hamilton? Yeah, well, her name is Grace Smithton. Oh, yes, I know Grace. How's she doing? So I know the property pretty well. You don't need to show me the property. I already know about the property. I'm actually buying the property for her. Really? Does she know about the property being for sale? No, she doesn't. It's a surprise. You're buying her the property? Yeah, it's part of her story. I figured if I could buy the property, it would be something she could treasure, something like an heirloom. Besides, I want to know what your asking price is. It's for sale for $49,000. $49,000? That's it? Yeah. It needs some work. Really. So, are you selling it through a realtor? Well, my wife wants to sell it through a realtor. I want to just sell it outright. Would you be willing to work with me? Said Joe Metzger. Yeah, I'd be willing to work with you. So I don't have to go through a realtor? Yeah, I'd be willing to work with you. Okay, you got a deal. Joe Metzger shakes his hand. Okay, so where do I got my checkbook here. How much do you want down on it? Well, let's sit down and talk. There's a table inside. Let's go inside and let's talk. My name is Michael Smithton. Smithton Motors and Rentals, right up there on 76. Yeah. You do good business up there. I heard a lot about you. You have a good reputation. You know, Grace was battered. You know about her story? Yeah. You did a good thing with Grace. I want to thank you personally. You know that telescope? Yeah, the telescope? Yeah. I bought her that telescope so that she could escape, so she could get into a hobby. You're the one that bought her the telescope? Yeah. That was my way of a housewarming gift. That's a beautiful thing you did for her. Do you know my son loves that telescope? You have a son? Yeah, we have children. We have 4 children, you know that? You're going to have to come over and visit Grace. I think Grace would like that. I would love to see Grace again, said Joe Metzger. Consider that part of the surprise. How about that? Said Michael. I think she would love that. That would be this would be like the cherry on top of the ice cream cake. You mean cherry on top of the pie, said Joe. Yeah. Let's go inside, said Joe. Let's do that, said Michael. So they drew up the paperwork and he gave him the terms of agreement. He said, listen, I have the documentation and all the paperwork here in the deed to the house. I can write out the whole check for the whole amount right now, said Michael. You said 49,000 would taxes be included? Yeah, but we have to go get it notarized and everything. There's legal stuff we have to do. Okay, let's do it. So where do we go? Well, we have to go down to my attorney's office first. Do you want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. So Michael gets into his car and follows Joe behind his car, and they go down to his attorney's office. They draw up the paperwork, and Michael signs the check over to Michael, the attorney, Michael Crawford and Associates. Okay, so I'm signing the check to who? I'm signing the check to Joe Metzger. Okay. All right, so what other legal matters do I have to handle? Well, it's notary, taxes, there's some other things, and we have to make sure the deed is in your hands. So we're not doing an actual closing. Well, the closing is part of the closing will actually occur in the course of all this. Okay. So when do we actually get the deed? You'll get the deed today. I'll get the deed today. Yeah. It's going to take a little bit. It's a process. We have to go down to the courthouse. Okay, let's head down to the courthouse. So they head down to the courthouse. They go through the security turnstile. They get searched. They go through the remainder of the security detail. And then they go up into the courthouse. And they go ahead and get everything rubber stamped. And they get the deed transferred over into Michael's name. I can't believe this is actually happening. Joe Metzger's relieved. Do you know I'm going through a divorce? My wife left me after 40 years. Yeah, I overheard the story. Somebody at work told me about it. That's why I came over. I really wanted the house a long time ago. Your wife is going to be so surprised, said Joe to Michael. Yeah, she is going to be very surprised. So what are you going to do with the property? Well, we have to fix it up. Obviously, there's going to be work that needs done. I don't know. It's going to be her summer home. It's going to be her way to escape. We're going to bring the kids there. We're going to do things. It's a summer home for her family, maybe to visit. We're going to do things with it. We have plans. I hope her family can come and visit mostly, you know. It's her home away from home. I know she's going to really treasure it. This is an awfully special thing that you're doing for her. I know she didn't want to leave. I didn't want her to leave. Joe, that's really heartfelt. I really can't wait till you see her again. Can I have your card? Yeah, here's my card. Michael Smithton hands his card over to him. Joe, do you have a card? Yes, I do. You are in the entertainment business. Do you work at the theaters? Yeah, I do. My whole family's in the theater business. That's excellent. Is there any way we can get to see you in the theater? Yeah, I gave you my card so you can, there's a free pass here. You can come and see me anytime. That'd be excellent. We have a lot of kids. We have a big family, by the way. So Grace just had a baby. I think he's almost 9 months old. Yeah, almost. Wow, almost 9 months old. Yeah, his name is Michael. There's Elijah. He's going into 7th grade the next year. There's Jenny. There's Melissa. There's Josiah. And then there's Michael. You have 5 children? Wow. I thought you said 4. No, 5. 2 of the children are adopted. The 2 older ones are. Oh, that's beautiful. There's so much we need to share with you. Oh, I can't even begin to tell you how much has happened in 5 years. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary. Yeah, wow. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. So as they're sitting there talking in the courthouse, they realize that time is passing them by. Listen, there's still some things we got to work out, said the attorney. So why don't we get back to my law office and finish up what we started? There's still some things we have to do with the closing of the property. But the property is yours, Michael, said Joe Metzger. You got it. So you're going through a divorce. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm going to be okay. I like the fact that you were willing to sell this property to me without going through the realtor. Because my ex-wife, well, my soon-to-be ex-wife, was giving me a hard time. She was really running me through the ringer, pretty much. Wow, I'm really sorry about that. Okay, we're going to head on to the law office. Let's do that. So they head on to the law office and they finalize the paperwork. And Michael has a big envelope full of paperwork. Did I sign all the documents I needed to sign? The attorney, Michael Crawford, said, yes, you did. It's good doing business with you, Michael. Same with you, Michael Crawford. I appreciate your time. Okay, and Joe, as Michael and Joe shake hands, it's good doing business with you. Thank you. Likewise, I need this money more than you know. It'll give me a good start. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. All right. So I got the keys. You got the keys. Here's the keys. I got the keys to the house. All right. We're going to work on the house and get started. Well, as soon as the closing is finished, you can go ahead and start. I'll give you the start date, but you got the keys. I'm going to give you a head start, said Joe Metzger. You can start as soon as we leave the law office. You have my blessing. Thank you, Joe. Can I ask you one favor? I need to see Grace. Can you bring her over sometime today? I'll head over there and I'll bring her over as soon as I get a chance to. Yeah, I'll be there today working on the backyard. The shed has got some issues. Okay, I'll be right over. So Michael leaves the law office and he thanks Joe again. Thank you, Joe. I'm going to go get Grace. Wait till she gets the surprise of her life. I want to see her face, said Joe. I really do. I want to see the expression over her face when she sees the house. I mean, the cottage. Yeah, the cottage, exactly. So Michael goes home and brings her flowers from the side of the road that they sell on the side of the road, that is. Grace, yes, I got you flowers. You got me flowers. Yes, I got a very important thing I have to share with you. Really? Yes, you got to get the kids together. We have somewhere special to go to. Where are we going to? Well, it's really important. Somebody important needs to come and wanted us to visit. Okay. All right, let me get the kids together and let's go. It's a good thing because the kids just came home from school. All right, let's get the kids together and let's get them in the car. Okay. So Grace, with the help of Jackie, gets the kids all buckled up into the car and they take 2 cars. Now, Grace, you have to follow me, okay? We're going up to your old cottage. Oh, really? Yep. Michael made sure that the for sale sign was taken down, too. Why are we going to the old cottage? Um, I actually ran into your old landlord. Oh, really? You did? That's great. He wanted to see you and the kids. He was feeling melancholy. Oh, he's a nice man. Joe Metzger is a good man, by the way. You got to talking to him, yes. There's a lot he wanted to say to you. So we're going to visit him. So follow me up to the cottage. I know where I'm going. Okay, Grace. I'll follow you then. Okay. So they get up to the cottage as they drove a short distance away. And they park their cars. And Grace is so happy. She hugs Joe Metzger like as if they were inseparable. And they just started talking like endlessly. And she was asking how he was doing and all the general questions. And they were just talking like chatty Cathy. And then Joe Metzger didn't mention about the house being for sale or anything. But she looked in and she goes, "Why is the house empty?" "Oh, Grace, I'm sorry to say, but I'm going through a divorce." "Oh, really? I'm so sorry to hear that." And just then, "Well," Joe Metzger said, "but there is something good news." And that's when Michael said, "I want to tell you something, Grace. Did you know that today I was talking to Joe and the house was for sale? That I bought the house for you?" "You what? You bought the house for me?" Grace started crying. Tears just started pouring out her eyes. "Honey, you bought the cottage? Do you know what that means? That means the world to me." And Joe started tearing up as they all hugged and the kids hugged. They didn't even understand what was going on, but they just all hugged on the porch steps. "Honey, that means so much. We can fix this place up and we can have family over. We can have them travel and visit. We can come over here and we can do so many different things with this place. It needs a lot of work, Grace. How much did you buy it for?" And Joe Metzger said, "Put it this way, he got a good deal, Grace." "The keys? Do you have the keys? Joe, did you give him the keys? Really?" "Yes. Yeah, there's a little secret, Grace." "Joe, are you going to tell her the secret?" "No, I'm not telling her the secret. No. You can, but I'm not." "You remember the telescope, Grace? You know who gave you a housewarming gift anonymously? It was Joe." "Are you serious? Joe, you're the one that gave me the telescope? Do you know who has the telescope now?" "Oh my gosh," said Elijah. I'm the one that has a telescope now." "Thank you so much," said Elijah, and he hugs Joe's leg. "Thank you so much. I love it." Jenny said, "I love you too, Joe." And they hugged him, and Joe just started tearing up. Melissa came up and hugged him too, and then so did Elijah, and then Josiah, and before you know it, they were all hugging. The kids just hugged his leg. It was such a sweet moment. Grace says, "I can't help it. My kids like to hug your leg." They're not going to pry them off either. So we're just going to let them go for a while. Joe's so sweet. What a sweet moment. You know, Miss Yokoshoto would love this place, don't you think? This would be a great place. She always wanted to plant a garden. You know, wouldn't it be so ironic if she had her own place to live? Get her out of the bottom apartment. No, she has the place to live. Let's just think of it this way. This is your place, Grace. This is your place where you can write, you can escape, you can bring the kids here. You know what I mean? You can write books here. You're exactly right. This is my old home. Michael, I love you so much. I don't know what else to say. Words can't express how I feel right now. Can we go inside, Joe? It's your home. You don't have to ask me. He already paid for it. The house is paid for. He's got the keys. He owns it. He's got the deed. It's all in progress. It's all been documented at the courthouse. It's your house now. Are you serious? I mean, where's the keys? Michael hands Grace the keys and unlocks the door and walks in and says, "Wow, it really is here. It's home. And it's empty, Grace. I understand, but it's going to be filled with love again. We're going to make this place a home again." Wow. Well, Grace, I have to go on an outing. I don't know what you have planned to do. Oh, I have plans. I'm going to be very busy making this place a new home. Well, I have to send contractors and some people over here to look at the house and what it needs. So we're going to put an investment into this. There's going to be an investment property. Baby, I love you so much. You don't know what this means to me. I know what it means to you, or we wouldn't have bought it. You still haven't told me how much you purchased it for. I'm not going to tell you. That's between me and Joe. Right, Joe? That's right. Wow. Jenny said, "Mom, we could dance. We could do things. We can do so many things here. Wait till you see what we're going to do here. We're going to turn this into a magical place," said Grace. "This is our home away from home." Thank you, Mike. This is about getting back to simple. I feel like I'm back home again. You can have visitors come and stay here, Grace. You can do a lot of things. You never know. The world is your oyster, Grace. I have an outing to go to. I'm supposed to be there tomorrow. I think it's Saturday at 9 o'clock. But we can make plans. We can do some things. Isn't there somewhere we have to go? No, actually, I was supposed to be at work, but I guess I missed it. I'd rather be here with you right now, Grace. Wow. I know there's somewhere we have to be, but I'm forgetting. It's okay, Michael. If you forgot something, I'm not sure it really matters at this point. You're probably late. Yeah, probably. Probably have. It's probably work related. Nobody's called me, so I guess it doesn't matter. But Grace, I couldn't pass this up. We definitely have to re-gravel the driveway. Yeah, we definitely have to do that. I don't know what kind of investment this is going to be, but we're just going to take it slow, and it needs a new roof. What do you think, Joe? It might need a new roof. As far as electricity and the heater, it's all pretty much newer. So you don't have to worry about replacing anything like that, but some updates, definitely the flooring, some updates there. But you still have that good, beautiful, wonderful view of the mountains. That's right, said Grace. I definitely remember that view. It'll be like old times, Michael. Remember? Yeah, I remember. We're going to revisit those times again. I can't wait, Michael. I can't wait. Well, Joe Metzger says to Grace, listen, I can't stay very long because I have to eat dinner and I'm kind of hungry. Why don't we all go out to dinner together, Joe? Did you ever go down to the pizza pub? Oh, I go there all the time. Can we go down there as a group? Yeah, let's go down there as a group. Are you okay with that, Joe? Well, I wasn't really in the mood for pizza. You could get a salad. Yeah, that's true. I could get a salad. I could go for a salad. Let's go down there. Just me, you, and the kids. Okay, including me, Mike, Michael, as Michael says. Yeah, you too, Michael, of course. All right, so let's go down to the pub. All right, so they head down to the pizza pub and they see Joe and Vanessa. Hey, it's my favorite people. Hi, Joe. Hi, Vanessa. Guess what we did? Well, I'm going to take two guesses. You went shopping. Yeah, we went shopping for a house. Really? What house? Well, it's actually a cottage. Oh, really? A cottage? Not a big house? No, just a small cottage. Yeah, Grace's old cottage was for sale, and Joe Metzger's her old landlord, and he sold it to us. So we're celebrating. Oh, great. Well, have a seat at your favorite booth. As they all sat down at the booth and they got their order taken and got their order sent through, they all sat around and drank Arkansas water, the old stories, as they got to tell old stories about the cottage and Arkansas water, how she got pregnant, drinking Arkansas water. And they laughed and joked and told stories. They all got to relax a little bit with the kids. And Joe really took to the kids really well. They got their orders all plated up, and the food runner brought it over to their table. As Vanessa just laughed about the stories about Michael Jr., how big he was getting and chubby of a baby. They all laughed at how the kids are silly and cute and sweet. Elijah laughed at stories about how he's growing up too fast and knows more than he's supposed to know about life and everything. They got to enjoy quality time with the family. Michael and Grace were just glaring in each other's eyes like two teenagers in love. Joe Metzger didn't want to interrupt, but he said, Hey, listen, I really enjoyed the steak salad, but I do have to go. I have to feeder practice. So I'm going to have to excuse myself. Oh, Joe, it was so nice to spend time with you. Thank you so much. We got your card and information and number, so we'll keep in touch, okay? Thank you for the steak salad. It was nice to spend time with all of you. Grace, by the way, keep in touch with me, okay? I promise. As Joe left, he was leaving out the door, and Grace just felt a tear at her heart. She missed him so much. And she said to Michael, Boy, Michael, I never realized how much I miss somebody until you see them and then they just walk out the door. That's okay, Grace. You'll get to see him more than you think. Now that he has a special bond with you, that bond is forever. And this is special. This is a special day. Michael, you made something happen today that I don't think I could ever put words to this. As the kids and everybody hugged and smiled and laughed, they cleaned up the tables and they paid the bill and they tipped Vanessa a very large tip. Vanessa said, This is the largest tip I've ever gotten from you. Y'all are so happy and so generous and so kind. As they made their way out of the booth, they hurried up into the cars and buckled up and got their way home. Grace said, I can't wait to start planning how we're going to renovate the property. Where do we begin? Well, we got to make a lot of phone calls, Grace. Start making your plans and start writing a list of things you want to start doing. I think I'll do that. I can't wait to tell Miss Yokoshoto. I can't wait to tell my new friends and everybody.